Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers and sisters. Throughout ancient human history, one of the most enduring and widely accepted cosmological beliefs was that the Earth, far from being a sphere suspended in space, was a vast, immovable, flat plane covered by a colossal solid and protective structure known as the firmament or dome. This idea was not confined to one culture or scripture, but was almost universally accepted across early civilizations, religious texts, and mythologies. The belief in a firm, physical sky arching over the earth, sometimes holding back heavenly waters, sometimes fixed with stars and celestial lights, persisted for millennia and remains central to flat earth cosmology even today. Before going further, a quick update: all our videos are available in both English and Urdu languages on our YouTube channel. You can find them by navigating to our playlists where all our videos are available for your convenience. Now let's continue. Quranic verses describing the sky as a firmament, canopy, ceiling or dome. Surah Al-Baqarah 2:22. He who made for you the earth a resting place and the sky a canopy, and sent down from the sky rain and brought forth thereby fruits as provision for you. So do not attribute to Allah equals while you know that there is nothing similar to Him. This verse describes how Allah made the earth a stable resting place for us and the sky a firm canopy above. The word binan means a solid constructed covering, like a dome over the earth. In early Islamic understanding, the sky was seen as a protective, structured ceiling or dome placed above the earth, sheltering it and holding back rain and celestial bodies. This verse highlights the perfect design of the earth beneath and the firm dome-like sky above, reminding us of Allah's unmatched power and wisdom. Surah Al-Anbiya 21:32. And we made the sky a protected ceiling, but they from its signs are turning away. This verse states that Allah made the sky a protected ceiling, meaning Saqfa Mahfuzan over the earth. It acts like a firm, sheltered dome, guarding the world below from harmful forces like meteors, extreme heat, and unseen dangers. In early Islamic understanding, the sky was seen as a solid, protective cover stretched above the earth, a roof-like barrier separating the heavens from the earth. Yet, despite its signs and perfection, people neglect its message and turn away from recognizing Allah's greatness. Surah Ghafir 40:64. It is Allah who made for you the earth a place of settlement and the sky a canopy, and formed you and perfected your forms and provided you with good things. That is Allah your Lord, so blessed is Allah, Lord of the worlds. In this verse, Allah reminds us that He made the earth a stable, settled place for us to live, and the sky a canopy, meaning sama'an bina'an, a firm, dome-like structure stretched above the earth. It serves as a protective covering, sheltering life below. Allah then highlights His creation of human beings in perfect form and His provision of blessings. The verse calls people to recognize the harmony between the earth beneath, the structured sky above, and the countless favors Allah bestows upon creation. Surah Ar-Ra'd 13:2. It is Allah who raised the heavens without pillars that you see. Then He established Himself above the throne and subjected the sun and the moon, each running its course for a specified term. He arranges each matter. He details the signs that you may be certain of the meeting with your Lord. This verse explains that Allah raised the heavens above the earth without visible pillars supporting them, like a vast, suspended dome held by His command alone. Though unseen, its structure stands firm, and within it, the sun and moon move along set paths for fixed times. The verse highlights Allah's absolute control over the heavens, earth, and all affairs, reminding us of the precise order of creation and urging people to reflect on these signs as proof of meeting their Lord one day. Surah Luqman 31:10. He created the heavens without pillars that you see and has cast into the earth firmly set mountains, lest it should shift with you, and dispersed therein from every creature. And we sent down rain from the sky and made grow therein plants of every noble kind. This verse describes how Allah created the heavens without visible pillars, a vast suspended canopy above the earth. held firm by His power. Like a dome without supports we can see, it remains stable over us. To balance the earth below, Allah placed firm mountains so it would not shake with people, spread countless creatures across it, and sent down rain to bring forth noble, beautiful plants. It's a reminder of the perfect harmony between the sky above, the earth beneath, and life sustained between them. Surah Al-Hajj 22:65. Do you not see that Allah has subjected to you whatever is on the earth and the ships which run through the sea by His command? And He restrains the sky from falling upon the earth, unless by His permission. Indeed, Allah to the people is kind and merciful. This verse reminds us that Allah has placed everything on earth under human benefit and control and allows ships to sail the seas by His command. Most strikingly, it states that Allah holds back the sky from falling upon the earth, like a suspended dome restrained by His will alone. Though it hovers above without visible support, it remains firm by His mercy. This reflects the ancient understanding of a structured sky held aloft by divine command, a constant sign of Allah's kindness and protection over His creation. Surah Al-Mu'min 40:64. It is Allah who made for you the earth a place of settlement and the sky a canopy, and formed you and perfected your forms and provided you with good things. That is Allah, your Lord. So blessed is Allah, Lord of the worlds. This verse beautifully states that Allah made the earth a settled, stable home for humanity and the sky a canopy, a firm, protective covering stretched above like a dome. It highlights how Allah shaped human beings in perfect form and granted them countless blessings. The verse calls attention to the harmony between the earth below, the structured sky above, and the favors in between, reminding us to recognize Allah as the Lord of all worlds and the one who sustains this balanced, ordered creation. Surah Al-Mulk 67:3. He who created 7 heavens in layers. You do not see in the creation of the Most Merciful any inconsistency. So return your vision to the sky. Do you see any breaks? This verse describes how Allah created 7 layered heavens, one above the other, like multiple domes or firmaments stacked perfectly. It emphasizes the flawless and harmonious design of these layers, without any gaps or flaws. The verse invites us to look up at the sky and observe this seamless structure, reminding us of the perfection and power of the Most Merciful, whose creation is free from any inconsistency. Surah At-Tur 52:5. And by the canopy raised high. This brief verse refers to the canopy raised high, a lofty elevated sky that acts like a vast dome or roof above the earth. It highlights the majestic height and protective nature of the sky, reminding us of Allah's power in creating this magnificent elevated covering that shelters and surrounds us. Surah Yasin 36:40. It is not allowable for the sun to reach the moon, nor does the night overtake the day, but each in an orbit is swimming. This verse highlights the precise order and balance in the heavens. The sun and moon move in their own separate, fixed paths or orbits without colliding or overlapping. The night never overtakes the day abruptly, because both follow a perfectly arranged cycle. This cosmic harmony reflects Allah's precise control over the sky's dome-like structure and the celestial bodies within it, ensuring continuous balance and order in creation. Surah Ar-Rahman 55:7. And the heaven He raised and imposed the balance. This verse tells us that Allah raised the heaven, lifting it high above the earth, and established a perfect balance or measure in creation. This balance reflects the precise order and harmony within the sky structure, like a carefully constructed dome held firmly in place. It reminds us of Allah's wisdom in creating everything with perfect proportion and stability. Surah An-Naba 78:12. And constructed above you 7 strong heavens. This verse speaks of Allah having constructed above us 7 strong heavens, built firmly and powerfully like layers of protective domes stacked one above another. It emphasizes the strength and order of these 7 heavens as a deliberate, solid structure sheltering the earth below, showing Allah's mastery in perfect creation. Surah Al-Buruj 85:1. By the sky containing great stars, this verse swears by the sky that contains great stars, highlighting the vast majestic dome above us filled with shining celestial bodies. He draws attention to the grandeur and vastness of the heavens, a spacious elevated canopy that holds stars as signs of Allah's power and artistry in creation. Surah Al-Ghashiyah 88:18-20. And at the sky, how it is raised, and at the mountains, how they are set up, and at the earth, how it is spread out. These verses invite us to reflect on the sky, the mountains, and the earth. The sky is raised high above, like a vast dome, lifted and held firmly in place. The mountains are set firmly as stabilizers, preventing the earth from shaking, and the earth is spread out as a comfortable, stable place for life. Together, they reveal the careful balance and order in Allah's creation, showcasing His power and wisdom in shaping the world around us. In our previous videos, we explored the creation of the actual shape of the earth. According to the Quran and Islamic cosmology, primordial waters of the heavens, the kursi, meaning the footstool, the arsh, meaning the throne of Allah, Law al-Mahfuz, the sacred tablet, the pen called al-Qalam, why Allah created the universe, the first creation of Allah, the 7 portals and dimensions of the universe, and discussed where Allah was before He created the universe. If you haven't watched them yet, please do. Now, let's continue. Hadiths describing the dome or firmament. 1. The 7 heavens as distinct layers or rings. In Musnad Ahmad, Hadith 12,237, the Prophet said, "The 7 heavens are like a ring in a desert, and the distance between each heaven and the next is like the distance between this ring and the 7th heaven above it." Meaning, this description indicates a layered structure of the heavens, often understood as distinct firmaments or domes layered one above the other. 2. The sky as a protective roof or canopy. The Prophet said in Sahih Muslim, Book 1, Hadith 320, "Whoever says, 'Glory be to Him who made the heavens without pillars that you see,' Allah will write for him 10 good deeds and erase 10 bad deeds." Meaning, this hadith confirms the sky is a solid, pillarless dome acting as a roof or canopy over the earth. 3. The sky will be torn apart on the day of resurrection. The Prophet said in Sahih Muslim, Book 40, Hadith 6809, "On the day of resurrection, the sky will be rent asunder," meaning this implies the firmament is a physical structure that will be broken on the last day. 4. The sky is close to the earth in some places. The Prophet said in Sunan al-Tirmidhi, Hadith 3536, "The heavens are close to the earth and they descend near to the earth at night," meaning this highlights that the firmament or sky is near the earth's surface, not infinitely distant. 5. The sky is held up by the throne of Allah. The Prophet said in Musnad Ahmad, Hadith 13,582, "The heavens and the earth are held up by the throne of Allah and He is above it." Meaning the firmament is supported by the divine throne, implying a hierarchical cosmic structure. The concept of the firmament in ancient cosmology. In ancient cosmological models, the firmament was imagined as a solid, impenetrable barrier, separating the earthly realm from the heavens above. It was believed to hold back the upper waters, vast celestial oceans above the sky, and to support the movements of the sun, moon, and stars, which were thought to be embedded in or affixed to the firmament itself. This cosmic ceiling encased the flat earth and played a central role in regulating day and night, seasons, weather, and the very structure of the universe. The Mesopotamians, for example, depicted the sky as a solid dome made of precious stone like lapis lazuli. Their creation myth, the Enuma Elish, describes how the god Marduk split the cosmic waters in half, placing one above the dome of the sky and one beneath the earth. The stars were believed to be embedded in this firm sky, revolving around the flat earth. Ancient Egyptians portrayed the sky as the goddess Nut, her arched body forming a dome over the flat earth, upheld by the air god Shu. The sun god Ra would sail his boat across Nut's body by day and travel through the underworld at night before rising again. The concept of a solid sky was integral to their cosmology. In Hebrew cosmology, as depicted in the book of Genesis and elaborated in apocryphal texts like the book of Enoch, the firmament was described as a hard structure separating the waters above from the waters below. Genesis 1:6-8 states, "And God said, Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And God made the firmament. This firmament supported the sun, moon, and stars, and was considered unbreakable, dividing heaven and earth." Hindu cosmology similarly envisioned a flat, disc-shaped earth enclosed by a solid, multi-layered sky. In texts like the Mahabharata and the Puranas, the earth is described as being covered by a dome-like structure known as Dyaus, with the heavens rotating above. The cosmos was imagined as being tiered, with different levels above the firmament containing realms for gods and celestial beings. Ancient Chinese cosmology held that the heavens formed a solid canopy, meaning Gai Tian, over a flat square earth. The dome was supported at the corners by 4 great pillars. The stars moved in concentric circles around a central axis above this firmament, and natural phenomena like rain were believed to fall through openings or sluices in the dome. Islamic cosmology and the concept of the sky as a solid structure. In early Islamic cosmology, several Quranic verses and classical Tafsir works describe the sky as a solid protective ceiling. Verses such as in chapter 21 verse 32. "And we made the sky a protected ceiling, yet they turn away from its signs," were interpreted by many classical scholars to mean a literal firm covering over the earth. Early commentators like Ibn Abbas, Qatada, and Muqatil ibn Sulaiman explained the heavens as a dome-like structure covering the flat earth. Classical works of Tafsir, including those by Imam al-Suyuti and al-Talabi, mentioned that the firmament consists of multiple solid layers or heavens stacked one upon another, with the lowest heaven adorned with stars fixed within it. The 7 heavens mentioned in the Quran were sometimes imagined as concentric domes, with the stars suspended within the nearest one, moving across its surface like lamps. Many narrations from early Islamic traditions, including Hadith and Israeliyat reports, describe the heavens as being like iron domes or thick curtains, separating the earthly and celestial realms. The throne of Allah, meaning Al-Arsh, was believed to be above all these domes, and beneath them lay the flat earth surrounded by seas or walls of ice. Modern flat earth theory and the dome. In the modern resurgence of flat earth belief, the dome or firmament continues to hold a central place. Modern flat earth proponents argue that the so-called atmosphere is in fact enclosed by a solid, impenetrable dome that acts as the outer boundary of our world. According to this belief, the sun, moon, and stars are small, local lights moving in circular paths within the dome. The sky is solid and acts as a protective covering, holding back immense cosmic waters. The dome reflects sound waves and light, explaining phenomena like echoes and atmospheric optics. Meteorites and falling stars are believed to be fragments or objects interacting with the dome, occasionally breaking through or burning upon contact. Rain comes from openings in the dome, where waters from above are allowed to fall through gates or windows, as described in the flood narratives of ancient texts. Many flat earth theorists claim that the Antarctic Treaty, signed by dozens of nations, is a cover to prevent ordinary people from reaching the edges of the earth and discovering the ice wall that holds in the world's oceans and supports the base of the dome. They argue that high-altitude rockets and aircraft are prevented from reaching certain altitudes because they would strike the dome. Some even believe that the so-called Space programs are fabrications designed to cover up the firmament's existence. Conspiracy theorists also claim that ancient religious cosmologies, including those in the Quran, Bible, and other ancient scriptures, consistently describe a domed earth. They argue that the modern concept of an open, infinite universe was introduced during the Enlightenment to challenge religious beliefs and disconnect humanity from the notion of a divinely ordered, enclosed world. Firmament in the Book of Enoch and apocryphal texts. The Book of Enoch, an ancient Jewish text once widely read among early Christians, provides some of the most detailed descriptions of the firmament. It describes multiple levels of heavens above the earth, each separated by solid layers or firmaments. The sun and moon are described as moving in fixed circuits within these firmaments, rising and setting through gates at the edges of the earth. According to the text, the stars are also fixed within the firmament and are governed by angels. Enoch describes windows or sluices in the firmament through which rain and snow descend. The flood in the time of Noah, according to Enoch, was caused when the windows of heaven were opened, allowing the waters from above the firmament to pour down. In myth and folklore, in countless world mythologies, the sky is a hard dome. In Norse mythology, the sky was made from the skull of the first giant Ymir, placed over the earth by the gods. The ancient Greeks spoke of the sky as a solid sphere of ether. Native American, African, and Aboriginal cosmologies frequently describe the sky as a physical barrier separating the world of humans from the upper spiritual realms. Modern experiments and claims. Some modern flat earth groups claim to have conducted laser tests, balloon launches, and visual observations to test the alleged height of the firmament. They argue that balloon flights and amateur rocket launches consistently encounter resistance or sudden destruction at high altitudes, which they attribute to striking the dome. Others suggest that auroras, atmospheric optics, and certain weather phenomena are visible effects of electrical and magnetic interactions within or upon the dome's surface. The phenomenon of a skyquake, unexplained booms from the sky, is cited as evidence of activity upon the firmament. So, dear viewers, the concept of a dome or firmament covering a flat earth is one of the oldest and most enduring ideas in human cosmology. From Mesopotamia to Egypt, from the Hebrew Bible to Islamic tradition, and from medieval Christian maps to modern flat earth. Conspiracy theories, the belief in a solid firmament separating earth from the heavens above, has persisted across cultures and faiths. It has served as a central structure in the metaphysical understanding of the universe, explaining natural phenomena, divine interaction, and the boundaries of the physical world. In contemporary times, while mainstream science has moved away from this model, millions around the world, including modern flat earth theorists, continue to uphold the firmament as real, believing it to be the key evidence for a divinely created, enclosed, and immovable world. Thank you for watching our video. If you enjoyed this content and find it beneficial, we kindly ask you to like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to our channel for more authentic, faith-strengthening content, and let's continue this journey of knowledge together. Inshallah, see you in the next video. Allah Hafiz.